Can I ask you something, Miss Evelyn? Do you know what her pain is? Because the only reason a person would behave in this manner.
We're not gonna throw this behavior word around again. We're not gonna do that. She does not have a behavior problem, and that's not fair.
First of all, your finger in my face is not gonna work for me.
But the name calling is not gonna work for me. Because I don't appreciate you keep throwing out these names. What about my disrespect? All I have been is disrespectful, Tamar. I've been called. Wait a minute.
Okay, baddies, pull up a chair, grab your snacks, because we need to talk about something that is heavy. Like, you might side-eye your own mama after this heavy. For years, we've watched Tamar Braxton give us everything. The vocals, the shade, the wigs, the tears, the breakdowns, the comebacks. Every part of her life has been turned into a storyline, a headline, a meme. But lately, Tamar hasn't just been talking about exes, sisters, and failed friendships. She's been hinting at something deeper and a lot more painful. People are asking, did Tamar just reveal that her own mother, Miss Evelyn Braxton, is using her for money?
Letting your mother run your life.
How dare he try to tell me how to raise my kids after he have abandoned us? He has some nerve.
Y'all have lives to live yourself, and she can't run her life, her home, and your home.
You know what? Had you been home long enough to help me to raise them, it wouldn't be such a problem. But where were you? Out there hanging in the street, doing whatever you were big enough to do.
All day long?
What did you do?
What did you do?
Now listen, nobody is sitting here saying we know exactly what goes down behind closed doors. This is commentary, this is opinion, this is us connecting the dots from what they put out there. But when your own daughter starts going online, talking about being used, feeling like an ATM, and then she starts bringing up family in those same breaths, oh, we're gonna talk about it.
Steal anything.
You don't. You sold men.
Who's the man that I stole?
Tony's. You slept with them a few times.
Who? What man?
You not get the link.
Bitch. Don't you know down there, bitch?
Oh, you're such a liar. Such a liar.
Because what happens when the woman who raised you, the woman you would die for, starts to feel like the same person draining you dry? What happens when love and loyalty get tangled up with credit cards and Cash App requests? Let's get into it. To really understand why this situation cuts so deep, you have to go back to the beginning. Before the glitz, before the reality TV cameras, before the public meltdowns, there was just a little girl named Tamar, growing up in a loud, talented, very churchy family in Maryland.
Evelyn could say some things out her mouth that are really cutting.
But your daughters are being held emotionally hostage to your ex-wife's bitterness towards you. You and her need to get on the same side of the table and free those girls. Because the elephant in the room that nobody will talk about is Evelyn Braxton's attitude.
The Braxtons weren't just any family. They were that family in the neighborhood that could sing. 6 kids, all musical, all harmonizing in the living room while Mama Evelyn, this strong Black woman of God, tried to hold everything together. She wasn't just mom. She was the disciplinarian, the choir director, the backbone, the prayer warrior, and the one making sure everybody ate.
I don't even think they look at me as a sister. They don't like me. We were very close as kids, very close as young adults, and now where we are in our lives, that relationship no longer serves us. And I would hate to keep arguing with them and keep building negative memories instead of building and relying and thinking of the good memories that we had.
And let's be honest, Evelyn did it during a time when being a single Black mother with a bunch of kids was no joke. After her marriage to Michael Braxton fell apart, the hurt didn't just disappear. The betrayal, the cheating, the broken promises, Tamar and her sisters have talked about all of it. That pain sat in the house with them. It was at the dinner table. It was in the way Evelyn protected her girls, but also in the way she needed them to choose her side.
Because everything she said she thought was right.
Pitiful lie, too.
And as long as you agree with her, she's fine. And it's the same thing with y'all. If y'all don't agree with her, she is pissed. And it's time for y'all to stop letting your mother run your life.
Money was tight. Dreams were big. The girls started singing together, trying to get out, trying to make something of themselves. Tony broke through first, becoming the superstar. Tamar, the baby, watched her oldest sister get everything she'd prayed for: the fame, the deals, the respect. And at the same time, she watched her mother still struggle, still hustle, still carry old resentment.
Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So looking at Tina Knoll and her children, and looking at Evelyn Braxton and her girl, is proof to me that forgiveness or unforgiveness and bitterness can trickle down to your kids. I feel like Tina Knoll is the reason why Solange and Beyonce are able to persevere and press through adversity with grace and poise. I know this is a weird way to put it, but Beyonce and Solange was able to see their parents go through a healthy divorce. Even Miss Tina acknowledged that they did not go back and forth, and honestly, she had every reason to be bitter and not forgive him for having an outside baby on her. And then on the other hand, we can look at Miss Evelyn Braxton and see why her daughters are still on each other's neck in their 40s and 50s.
Fast forward a bit, and the Braxton name becomes a brand. Braxton Family Values hits WTV, and suddenly their private mess becomes our public entertainment. We see Evelyn on screen as this no-nonsense, sharp-tongued Southern mama who loves God and loves her children, but also throws shade at that ex-husband every chance she gets. She's protective, she's loud, she's emotional. And Tamar? Tamar becomes the breakout star, the one with the one-liners, the dramatics, the fashion, the spin-off shows, the talk show seat, the music, the touring. The baby of the family suddenly becomes the breadwinner of the family. And that's where things get complicated. Because when one child becomes the star, especially in a Black family that has known struggle, there's this unspoken rule: when you make it, we make it. The house, the cars, the bills, mama's comfort, it all falls on the one who made it. At first, it probably felt good. Imagine being able to give your mom what she never had. To say, "Mama, you don't have to worry no more. I got you." That's love. That's every child's dream. But what happens when that "I got you" turns into "you owe me"? When the gratitude fades and entitlement slides in? That's where the cracks start to show. Over the last few years, Tamar has been cracking open her pain in a way that's uncomfortable to watch. She's talked about depression, she's talked about feeling used, she's talked about wanting to walk away from this industry completely. A while back, she went on social media, like she always does when something is weighing on her spirit, and she started talking about being tired of people only hitting her up when they needed something, not to check on her, not to love on her, but to ask for favors, opportunities, or flat-out money. She didn't drop names. She didn't say, "my mama." She never had to. The internet did the math for her. Posts like, "I'm not an ATM, I'm a human being. I'm tired of being emotionally blackmailed with, 'after all I did for you.'" When you say no and they turn on you, that's not love. Now again, these are paraphrases of the types of things she said, not direct quotes, but the message has been clear. And every time she says something like that, people start side-eyeing the whole Braxton crew, especially Evelyn. Why? Because we've seen enough on camera to know that money and loyalty are hot topics in that family. We've seen arguments about contracts, about appearance fees, about who's getting what. But here's the twist. What nobody expected was for Tamar to start tying that feeling of being used back to her upbringing. She's literally said before, "Y'all wanna know why I'm the way I am? Look at my mama." She's talked about generational trauma, about the resentment that trickled down from Evelyn's heartbreak into all of their lives. So when Tamar starts suggesting that she feels taken advantage of financially, emotionally, spiritually, and then also says she learned these patterns from home, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to connect the dots. A lot of fans feel like Tamar has been dancing around one ugly truth, that Evelyn doesn't just want her love, she wants her access, her connections, her money. Now, let's be very clear. We do not know their bank accounts. We don't know who pays for what. We don't know what private agreements they have. This is all alleged, all opinion, all based on public behavior and social media tea. But think about the storyline we have seen. When Braxton family values took off, Evelyn became a central figure, but that platform came because of her daughters, especially Tamar's antics that kept people watching. Every time Tamar acted up, cried, stormed off, went off on Vince, battled with her sisters, ratings went up, the checks got bigger, the opportunities grew. And whether we like it or not, that benefits everybody, including Mama. Then you add in the fact that Evelyn has openly spoken on Tamar's relationships. She's called out Vince. She's weighed in on Tamar's other men. She's given her opinions in interviews and on TV, sometimes exposing Tamar's private life to the world. Some people see that and say, that's just a protective mom. Others look at it and say, that's a mama who knows that stirring the pot keeps the family relevant, and relevant means money. What nobody expected was for Tamar to start pulling back from everybody, including Evelyn, when she began her healing journey. After her very public mental health crisis, Tamar said she wanted out of the reality TV machine. She accused networks of exploiting her pain. She talked about being overworked, overwhelmed, overlooked, and underpaid. She wanted boundaries. She wanted peace. But here's where it gets messy. When the person who's been bankrolling everybody starts changing, going to therapy, learning the word no, and talking about boundaries, people who have gotten comfortable with those yeses don't like that. There have been whispers, again, alleged, online chatter that Tamar's attempts to pull back financially have caused major tension with her family. Some fans believe she feels like she can't say no to Evelyn without being guilt-tripped, like she's constantly reminded of how her mother sacrificed, how she prayed for her, how she believed in her. And for a lot of Black daughters, that type of emotional script is very familiar. How you gonna tell me no after everything I did for you? You wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me. God's gonna get you for not taking care of your mama. Those are heavy words. That's not just asking for help, that's control. So imagine Tamar, who already grew up in a house full of resentment, chaos, and emotional explosions, now feeling like, as a grown woman with a son of her own, she is being treated like a walking bank account by the very woman she spent her whole life trying to please. At some point, that pressure becomes poison. And when Tamar goes online in tears, talking about feeling alone, feeling unsupported, feeling like the people closest to her only show up when there's something to gain, it's not hard to believe that her relationship with Evelyn is part of that story. There are fans who swear they see the pattern. Evelyn shows up on camera to talk about how much she loves her children, but when Tamar tries to stand up for herself or walk away from toxic situations, that support suddenly looks conditional. Conditional on Tamar staying in line. Conditional on Tamar staying on TV. Conditional on Tamar staying in a position to provide. And the saddest part? Tamar has said she craves her mother's love and approval more than anything. That codependency is real. She runs to her mama when she's hurt, but she also feels crushed by her. That's why this whole "is Evelyn using Tamar for money" conversation is so deep. It's not just about dollars and cents. It's about power. It's about emotional leverage. It's about a daughter who feels like love in her family has always come at a price. Let's talk about the emotional impact, because this is where it gets real. Being the successful one in a dysfunctional family sounds cute until you're in it. Everybody thinks you're blessed. You're on TV, you're on stage, you're on red carpets. But behind the scenes, you're paying everybody's bills, trying to fix everybody's problems, and nobody is really checking on you. Tamar has described feeling empty, feeling unheard, feeling like when she breaks down, people around her are more worried about the show, the brand, the opportunity than they are about her soul. That kind of loneliness in a crowd is brutal. Now add your mother into that picture. Imagine needing your mama to be your safe space, but instead, she's another person on the list of people who need something from you. Not because she's evil, not because she doesn't love you, but because her whole life she's been in survival mode. She's been poor, she's been hurt, she's been abandoned. So now that one of her kids made it, she sees that success as security. In her mind, maybe she feels entitled to that. In Tamar's mind, it starts to feel like being used. That confusion can tear your heart in half. Tamar has struggled publicly with trust, with friendships, with romantic relationships. When the first model of love you ever see, your mama, comes with controlling behavior, emotional manipulation, and money entanglements, what do you think that teaches you? You start to believe that love always costs you something, that you have to perform, you have to give, you have to pay up to keep people around. So when Tamar says she's working on herself, when she distances herself from certain family members, when she draws those new boundaries, that's not just celebrity drama. That's a woman trying to break a curse. And yet, even while she's trying to heal, the guilt is there. The fear that if she says, "Mama, I can't do this anymore," the internet will turn on her. People will call her ungrateful. They'll say, "How you gonna do your mama like that? She raised you." That's the trap so many Black daughters are stuck in. And Tamar, with all her fame and all her success, is no different. So where does that leave them now? We don't know every detail of Tamar and Evelyn's relationship today, and honestly, we shouldn't. Some things belong off camera. But what we can see is a pattern that plays out in so many families, especially in our community. A mother who gave everything, but never fully healed. Children who absorbed her bitterness and her survival tactics. One child who becomes the star, the provider, the golden ticket. And slowly, love and financial obligation get so tangled up that nobody even remembers where one ends and the other begins. Is Evelyn Braxton this cartoon villain sitting around plotting how to drain Tamar's bank accounts? Probably not. Life is rarely that simple. But can both things be true at the same time? That Evelyn genuinely loves her daughter, and also leans on her financially in ways that feel manipulative? That Tamar is loud, messy, reactive. And also a deeply wounded woman who feels like she's never been loved for just being Tamar, without the fame, without the checks, without the drama? Absolutely. That's what makes this so heartbreaking. Because this isn't just Tamar's story. This is your cousin who made it out the hood and now everybody expects a handout. This is your friend whose mama constantly reminds her of the sacrifices she made every time she says no. This is that auntie who raised her siblings and now demands loyalty in the form of money, trips, access, and gifts. At the end of the day, we're looking at generational trauma dressed up in designer clothes and reality TV contracts. So what happens next? If Tamar truly wants peace, she's gonna have to keep doing the hard thing, setting boundaries, even with her mama. And that's the part nobody likes to talk about. You can love your mother with your whole heart and still say, "I cannot be your financial savior. I cannot be your emotional punching bag." And if Evelyn truly wants a healthy relationship with her daughter, she's gonna have to do something even harder than calling out men on TV. She's gonna have to look in the mirror to ask herself, have I put too much pressure on this child? Have I confused access with love? Have I demanded from her what I never demanded from myself? Will we ever see that level of honesty play out on camera? Probably not. Reality TV gives us drama, not true accountability. But behind the scenes, we can only hope. Because no amount of money, brand deals, or trending topics will fill the hole left by a broken mother-daughter bond. So I want to ask you, do you think Tamar is overreacting when she hints that she's being used? Or do you think she's finally waking up and realizing that even the people who say they love you can be attached to what you do more than who you are? Does Evelyn deserve grace as a woman who survived a lot? Or has she crossed a line by allegedly depending too much on Tamar's success? Remember, all of this is speculation and opinion based on what they've chosen to show us. We don't know their hearts. We don't sit at their table. But we can still learn from what we're seeing. If nothing else, let this be a reminder. You are not a walking checkbook. You are not just a provider. You are not obligated to go broke, emotionally, mentally, or financially, to prove you love anybody, not even family. Love should not feel like a bill you're constantly paying. All right, baddies, I want to hear from you. Do you think Tamar is being used, or is this just the cost of fame and family? Is Evelyn a victim of her own trauma, or is she taking advantage of her child without even realizing it? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this one is deep. And if you want more raw, unfiltered breakdowns of the mess, the drama, and the generational curses hiding behind your favorite reality TV families, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Until next time, protect your peace, protect your pockets, and remember, even with family, no is a complete sentence.